Bible and biblical truth, that I believe Jesus Christ is Savior, that I believe that Jesus Christ is the way to heaven. I mean, these are my beliefs I've had my entire life. So I understand feeling that way as a Christian, but we got to be bold. The antidote to darkness is light. And the antidote to a really grim future is filling the world with a lot of Christian babies who can bring that light to the world.
There's nothing wrong with turning to your religion for community and hoping that your children share the same faith and beliefs as you do. But when a political figure clearly states his or her desire for the proliferation of a single faith as the only thing that will save a nation, it raises some serious ethical questions. Trump's former White House press secretary Kayleigh McEnanny, now a co-host of the Fox News show Outnumbered, called for fighting the forces of, quote, darkness in the world by, quote, filling the world with Christian babies, during an interview with conservative Christian actor and activist Kirk Cameron. So what does this type of exhortation really mean, and what could be the nefarious undertones of it? Raw Story notes in their coverage that this type of rhetoric was primarily heard only in minority religious communities in the past, like the Quiverful movement, which was a fundamentalist Christian subculture that urged believers to eschew all forms of contraception and have as many children as God chose to give them, both as a means of demonstrating their pro-life convictions and of reclaiming the culture from the left. The report goes on to show how this movement's central fear was that Christians, especially evangelical-leaning sects of Christianity, were losing followers in record numbers, and the only way to save its position in the powerful elite of Washington was to encourage women to have lots of children and raise them with very specific Christian beliefs. This movement teaches women that they are to be subservient in all things to men, from never correcting a man when they're wrong to being absolutely submissive to their husbands with sex. It's a tacit sanctioning of marital rape. It was a long-term strategy, and one that McEnanny and other politicians associated with Donald Trump's presidency are still pursuing with great intention. McEnanny was raised Catholic, but many have speculated about the nature of her faith and whether she obscures that Catholic doctrine to blend in more with American evangelical movement. This is important as it shows that it's not really tied to any real belief, but more political relevancy. Later on, she went to write for Glenn Beck's website The Blaze, where among other things she argued that atheism was the cause of World War II. These new statements from McEnanny reveal her underlying goal in continuing the agendas of the Reagan right and the Quiverful movement. They know their brand of Christianity is dwindling and unpopular among a rapidly diversifying and accepting United States. So instead of trying to appeal to those populations through grace, charity, and acceptance, all they can do is just tell women to have more babies. The Daily Kos asks, what are Jewish, Muslim, Hindu women supposed to do? Abstain from sex? Use contraception? These conversations, of course, are nothing new in American politics, as they are questions the founders of this nation strenuously labored over. It's worth revisiting Thomas Jefferson's words to hear from one of the shapers of religious versus political policy in the country and his unequivocal disdain for religious persecution, writing that, quote, "It does me no injury for my neighbor to say that there are 20 gods or no God. It neither picks my pocket nor breaks my leg." Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.